everybody, welcome to Board Online, Board Offline. Today we are not bringing you a game. Today we're bringing you a couple of inserts from MeepleRealty.com. Now, I have never been somebody who's gotten inserts before for their board games. I've always been happy trying to organize my board games with Ziploc bags and maybe buying little containers from, the dollar store or wherever, little Tupperware containers. So this was a new experience for me getting these inserts, and before I tell you too much about what I think of these inserts, I'm going to show them to you. I've got two that I'm going to show you today. One is for Dead of Winter, and Meeple Realty names all their inserts. So the Dead of Winter one is called the Winter Cabin, and then the Star Wars Imperial Assault is the other insert I got, and that one is called the Imperial Command Post. So we're going to take a look at those, and stay tuned throughout this video. At some point I'm going to give you an option to win an insert as well from Meeple Realty. So stay tuned, there'll be more instructions on how to do that at some point during the video. Not necessarily at the end, so don't skip to the end. Just keep watching, and here we go. Let's take a look at these inserts. Okay, so here's Dead of Winter, and you can see that the box is fitting perfect. It's all the way down. No issues with the top floating at all. And pull it off. You got all the location spots and the player cards up here, and the rule book and the main board. And then here we go. We've got this nice organized wooden insert here, and you see right here, this pulls out. You've got your characters and your zombies, your survivors I should say. And then down here you've got, basically I've got two location decks in each of these spots, and here are the starter ones. And I'll show you in a second. Those are super easy to pull out. They've got cutouts like this does right here, where you can slip your finger down right there all the way down and pull it right out. Here we've got the objectives, betrayal and regular. And then of course over here are the crisis cards. You can see how easy it is to pull these things out. And keep in mind, these are sleeved. All my cards are sleeved, so everything in here is fitting. If they weren't sleeved, then you would really have a ton of room left over. And then over here, we've got just a couple extra little bits that could fit right there. Again, it's got this cutout, so easy to reach down in there and pull those out if you want to. But actually, when I'm playing, I'll probably use this as a deck holder for the Crossroad cards. And you can see sleeved Crossroad deck, still with a little bit of clearance at the top. And pull this out real quick. You can see we've got the dice, and here I've got my exile objectives and the main objectives, and then here's the survivor deck right there. And then this is pretty cool. It's got this top, pulls off real easy, and all the bits, so you don't have to pour them out on the table. You don't have to keep them in bags anymore. Just pull this piece out, set it on the table, and you've got all your different tokens set up and ready to go. So as I mentioned earlier, MeepleRealty.com has been kind enough to offer up an insert in a giveaway so that you can win an insert. One person will get to win an insert from MeepleRealty.com. And the way this is going to work is, the first thing you need to do is go over to their website, MeepleRealty.com, and look at their catalog of inserts. Pick your 3 favorite inserts from what they have to offer. Okay, once you have your 3 favorite, you need to go over to the Board Online, Board Offline Guild over at Board Game Geek. There's a link in the description below for that guild. Go over there, join the guild if you haven't already, and then in a thread that I will have started, you're going to leave your top 3 favorite inserts that MeepleRealty.com has created. Once you've done that, then at a later date, which I will decide shortly. Actually, I'll put it on the screen right here. So whatever date you see on the screen right here, that's when this contest will end. At that point, I will draw a winner at random. I'll have another video for that. And then we'll send over your top 3 favorites to MeepleRealty.com, and they will choose from those top 3 which one they're going to send over to you. So without anything else, let's move on to the next insert. Okay, and here we've got Star Wars Imperial Assault. And anybody that has played this game knows just how many bits are in here. And let me show you. You can see the box top does float just a tad, just a little bit, nothing too bad. And I think that is a small sacrifice to pay for the amount of organization that this game has now. So we've got the hero cards up here for the campaign. And we got the 2 rule books, or 3 rule books, excuse me, up here. And, or what, 4 rule books. Sorry, I forgot this game actually has 4 rule books in it. And got that on top as well. And then look at this. This is just one of my favorite things I've ever seen as far as something like this goes. You've got all the different guys. And keep in mind, I've got several expansions. I say expansions. I've got hero and ally packs in here as well. And so all of them in here. And you've got the ATST sitting down there. I've got some of the hero and ally maps right there, and then this pulls right off. And then we've got some of the map tiles here, and you got all of the dice and some bits here, all in here. These are, these guys right here, and plenty more room you can see. Also notice right here, I can definitely get the rest of the hero and ally packs for the base game at least in here. I'm missing 2, maybe 3 of those, and I could definitely get them in there, and possibly even some more. Plenty of room. And then this pulls out right here, and you've got more spots for map tiles. And keep in mind, for the map tiles, this is kind of neat. It actually has this, and that's even for the one on the other one that I just showed you. Right there, it labels which map tiles are going to go in it. So that helps keep them organized as well. Uh-oh. About to knock some stuff off the table here. That'd be bad. And then another spot for more map tiles. Again, the ATST, like I said, goes right there. But this right here is really cool. I have all these cards sleeved, and they all fit inside this right here. And I've got them organized with dividers. Right here, we've got the Scum faction player cards, and the Imperial player cards, and the Hero or Rebel player cards, I should say. And everything is organized now in here like that. And so you just go through. Very easy to reach in. You can see there's a little, I believe you can see in there, a little cutout. So it's easy to get your finger down in there and pull whatever card it is you want out. Now, obviously, this is packed pretty tight. And again, I have a couple of those hero and ally packs in here. And they're sleeved. If they weren't sleeved, you'd have tons of room still left over to keep expanding. I think that right there, and you can just pull this right out, and you don't have to fumble with a bunch of bags like I had before, which was a huge pain. I think especially for the command cards, have them organized in whatever way. I've got them organized where command cards for any figure are in one spot, and then if they're specific to a type of card or a type of character, then they're another one, or specific to a specific character, or if they have multiple specifications. So having it like this, where we can just pull the deck out that we want and look through it, really helps out a lot. And again, with the map tiles, I think that's huge too, because with the thing that really is such a pain in this game, as far as I'm concerned, is getting the right map tile and finding it when you're trying to set up the map. Because if you're reading through the numbers on the bottom, it's a huge pain to know what number is talking about, but having them all organized by number really helps out. Oh, one more thing I didn't specify. With these pieces right here, these pull out so you can adjust them as necessary for whatever size or however you want to do it. And you see I've got some extras left over. I can just slip it in here wherever I need to make room for more characters, keep them organized. You see it's a little bit of a tight fit sometimes when you get it in there, but that's good. That way it stays pretty easily or pretty well right there. And got quite a few of those left over, so I could do what I want to with those. So there you go. Those are the two inserts that I've got right now. What do I think of these? Well, as far as organization goes, it is hard to beat. I mean, you saw with the parts of those inserts that hold the bits. That part right there, and then the cards for Imperial Assault. That right there are two of my favorite things ever. I mean, you just lift it out of the box, put it on the table, and you're good to go. There's none of this pouring bits out on the table and then scooping them back up after the game's over. You just have them in their little container, and there you go. And that top, the wooden top that goes on top of the bits for Dead of Winter is fantastic as well. It fits on there snugly. Doesn't feel like it's going to fly off, but at the same time, it's pretty easy to pull off. It's got those two little grips or two little holes where you can put your fingers in to pull it off of the box. So I like that a lot. Now, maybe in a future video, I'll show you how the inserts show up. I'll show you, kind of how you put them together maybe. They do suggest that maybe you'll want to use wood glue to put these together. Now, I have not used any wood glue. I also have not used these inserts in a gaming session yet. So I just recently got these. Haven't played either of these games since I got these inserts. So I don't know if that's going to be a huge problem. I will say that as I was putting them together, they did fit very snugly together. I actually used a hammer to just lightly tap on them as I was, to make sure they were in there snug. And so I don't think I'm going to have much of a problem with them staying together. As far as the hammer goes, I was using a standard, just a metal hammer. If I were you, I would recommend using a rubber mallet or something like that, and just lightly tapping. I did actually crack on the Imperial Assault Imperial Command Post insert. I did crack a corner of one of the boxes. I can't remember which one it was. So because of that, kind of compromised the structural integrity a little bit on that one. However, fortunately, the rest of it holds it together enough to where that one corner is not going to be a problem. So the way, when you get these, the way they come are in sheets, kind of like a cardboard punch out that you'll get inside of a board game box with tokens, except obviously this is wood. So when you're pulling them out, when you're punching them out, you got to be careful. It's going to take a little bit of time, especially with one as an insert as large as the Imperial Assault one, because as you're punching them out, you got to make sure you really take your time and don't force it out too fast. You don't want the wood to crack or anything like that. So that's something you got to watch out for. As long as you take your time while you're doing that. I didn't have any of it break. There were a couple of ones that splintered, just like a little splinter popped off of the wood or something like that, but nothing that to compromise the integrity of the structure of the insert. The fact these are made out of wood, I like a lot. I like just from a tactile nature, I like the way they feel. They definitely seem very sturdy once you get them built and put together. I think that they'll last a long time. It certainly is far superior to anything that was in those boxes prior. Both Imperial Assault and Dead of Winter had garbage inserts. I actually had thrown my Imperial Assault insert away a long time ago. If you think this is something you like, I highly recommend them. I think that they're reasonably priced. I think that they are a great thing to have in the box. If you're looking for inserts, go over to meeplerealty.com and check these out, because I do think they're worthwhile and worth your time and consideration. So there you have it, 2 inserts from meeplerealty.com. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you will enter the contest. Be sure to get over there and follow the instructions that were in the video prior. And until next time, if you're bored online, board offline.